Right now at noon, a second case of the coronavirus in the United States has been reported, and it's close to home. We'll tell you where. And the latest from Capitol Hill as House managers close out their arguments on the impeachment trial.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. I'm Mark Kane. We'll get to the CBS News special report on day 3 of the impeachment trial as soon as that begins. But we want to get you caught up on the local news and weather. We could see another round of snow this evening. Let's head to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your first alert forecast. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Mark. That's right. We could see another round of snow in that area of low pressure that we are going to be watching as we go through tonight into tomorrow morning. It's on the map right now. It's down just north of St. Louis. We're going to watch that gradually work its way towards Lake Michigan tonight. That's where it's going to stall out and sit through the overnight hours before it gradually begins to pull eastward as we move into your Saturday. Here's high-resolution Doppler. Right now, we do see a little bit of light snow out there, especially north and west of Madison. In the meantime, a lot of what's that's working in our favor. The afternoon will be fairly dry other than the drizzle out there, and I actually have begun to think that we are going to get through the evening rush hour before the heaviest band of snow moves in. So this is good news. We're seeing a little bit slower movement here. Then right around 8:30, that's when I think we truly start to see these bands of snow move in. And those are going to be sticking with us, Mark, as we head through the overnight hours. So in 3 things to know, that heaviest snow does arrive tonight, and that one's going to add up. So we're going to talk the snow totals before things wind down on Saturday. And then we're actually staying fairly mild in that extended forecast.
All right, so it's going to hold off for a little bit so we can all get home.
Just a little bit. I think it's trending that way.
All right, thank you, Chris. We'll see you in a few minutes. You can stay up to date on the wintry weather with our app. It features radar, hour-by-hour forecasts, and first alert traffic updates. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. A second case of Wuhan coronavirus in the United States has been identified in Chicago. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said the patient is a Chicago resident in her 60s. Right now, she is in isolation at a hospital in the Windy City. Officials say she flew from Wuhan to Chicago on January 13th. She was not ill while traveling, and health authorities do not think she spread the virus during that time. Health authorities say she has had limited close contact since returning to Chicago.
This is a single travel-associated case, not a local emergency. We obviously take emerging viruses very seriously, and there are still many unanswered questions about this novel virus. But I can reassure you that even with this Chicago case, the health risk to the general public from novel coronavirus remains low at this time, both nationally and in Chicago.
63 people from 22 states are under investigation for the virus. The CDC says it's likely that there will be more cases reported in the coming days and weeks, but that the immediate threat to the general public in the U.S. is low. From China are being monitored for possible coronavirus infection. 2 of the exchange students are from Wuhan, China, where the outbreak started. They were screened at O'Hare International Airport in Chicago and showed no signs of the illness. They're living in a residence hall and are not under quarantine, but they are being monitored regularly as a precautionary measure. Right now, patients that are visiting UW Health emergency rooms and urgent care centers will be asked for their travel history due to the coronavirus outbreak. Patients will specifically be asked about trips to China. As of this morning, UW Health has not identified any cases of coronavirus. UW-Madison is also monitoring a growing concern for the virus, but has no confirmed cases. Madison police are searching for a suspect after he fired his gun in an attempted drug deal. It happened just after 7 o'clock at the Capitol Petro store on Rimrock Road. Police say the victim, a 24-year-old man, had a gun pulled on him by a suspect in an attempted drug deal. The victim and suspect fought. A shot was fired, hitting the building. The suspect ran after the victim was able to take the gun. The victim was treated for minor injuries. Fitchburg police are looking for 3 suspects involved in an attempted theft that turned into a shooting. It happened just after 8 at Sub-Zero off of McKee Road. Employees say they saw 3 men going through the parking lot looking into cars. When the suspect set off a car alarm, they ran back to a dark-colored car and started driving away. The employee got in his own car and followed the suspects until they shot at him from their car. No one was hurt, and police say there is not a danger to the public. A criminal investigation is underway in Houston after two people were killed in a large explosion. A porch camera captured the violent explosion. It leveled a factory in Houston and severely damaged a number of houses in the area. Some were knocked off their foundations. Officials say a gas called propylene was released from the blast. Crews are conducting air quality assessments. Police say it's too early to say what caused the explosion. So far, there are reports of at least one resident taken to the hospital. House impeachment managers spent yesterday making the claim that President Trump abused his power in office, which is the first article of impeachment against him. Today, they'll wrap up their arguments focusing on the second article of impeachment, obstruction of justice. Congressman Adam Schiff closed out yesterday's presentation with an impassioned plea to senators that President Trump should be removed from office.
Because right matters. Because right matters. And the truth matters. Otherwise, we are lost.
It's a total waste of money. It's a complete show on the part of the Democrats.
Right.
And they should be sued for conspiracy to defraud the United States, and they should pay for that hearing.
President Trump's lawyers are ready to deliver his defense tomorrow with the Senate in a rare Saturday session for the trial. And when arguments resume in the impeachment trial, CBS News will bring you live coverage in a special report. In more local news, County Executive Joe Parisi has announced a new interim director for Dane County's Alliant Energy Center. Sharon Corrigan will take over as the interim director starting January 28th through May 15th. 2 weeks ago, Mark Clark resigned from the position. Corrigan will work with Alliant Energy Center clients and help plan the future direction of the campus. Yesterday, Corrigan announced her resignation from the Dane County Board.
I'm going to be leaving the area in May, so it really coincides with that timeline. It works perfectly for that. And I'm excited about the work that's going to be done to do a nationwide search to find the right person to lead this facility into the future.
Parisi says he hopes to have a new director within the next 3 to 4 months. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll continue to see more snow this evening. Meteorologist Chris Reese is tracking that ahead of your first alert forecast.
Folks, we've been dealing with the snow for a couple of days. That next round that moves in tonight, that will likely be the heaviest round of snow, is on the way. It's on the maps right now. You see that snow on the colder side towards the western half of the system. Warmer air on the eastern side. That's what's actually been getting filtered in today. That's allowed some of these temperatures to go above freezing, at least briefly. But this gradually works its way towards southern Lake Michigan. That's where it's actually going to stall out as we go through tonight before things begin to pull off towards the east, moving into tomorrow. But here's how things should look outside right now. Things are very cloudy, kind of foggy. There's a little bit of snow coming down in places for us here in Madison right now. It's actually a little bit of freezing drizzle, 34 degrees right now. So it's not freezing drizzle. Those winds are coming out of the north and east at 8 miles per hour. So the wind chill is below freezing, although temperatures are above. Janesville is at 37 right now, 36 in Mineral Point, Monroe at 34. This is good news. Those road conditions are going to be in good shape when you have the temperatures that look like this right now. Here's what we're watching, though. For the most part, things are relatively drier as opposed to this morning. There's not as much that we're seeing on radar, but we are seeing at least a little bit of a snow shower as you work your way north and west of Richland Center, Hillsboro, back towards Boscobel. That's what we're seeing. Other than that, things are going to remain fairly quiet as we go through the rest of this afternoon. It's towards the evening time that things will begin to pick up once again. We're watching this area of low pressure around St. Louis. That continues to spin towards Lake Michigan. As it does so, I expect it to pick up a lot more energy and a lot more moisture. And then we see that next round beginning to move in, get this, from the east as we head into tonight. Check the clock, 3:30. Temperatures are still right around 34 degrees. We don't see too many issues out there. 6 o'clock. Now we're in the height of that evening rush hour, and the snow is not here just yet. This is why I expect the evening rush hour to truly be able to go on without much of a hitch, other than the fact that it's going to be Friday night. Now we're at 8:30. That leading edge of snow starts to work its way on into town. We put you at 10:30, and I think we're in for a period of some pretty solid snow that's going to be coming down at that point. That'll last through the overnight hours. 12 o'clock, here's our moderate to heavy band of snow sticking around. It'll begin to break up right around 2 o'clock in the morning. So we're looking at a band of some moderate to heavy snow somewhere between 9 o'clock and 2 a.m. This is truly going to put down quite a bit of snow as it does so. Then things begin to calm down as we head into tomorrow. Now, I want to show you just one of the models and where it focuses that heaviest axis of snow from Madison and points towards the east, though I believe it's a little bit underdone. So my snowfall forecast for tonight, southeast of Madison over towards Milwaukee, that's where you'll see 3 to 5 inches, 1 to 3 inches as you work your way towards the north, places such as the Dells. And this is on top of the snow that we have out there right now. So as you begin to plan your evening commute, folks, once again, I'm not expecting any major issues. We should get through with good conditions by the time we get you towards 6 or 7 o'clock. After 8 or 9, towards 11, there won't be as many people on the roadways, but that's when I think your road conditions are going to be at their worst, especially along those highways as that heavier band of snow comes in. The alert days do continue for tonight and into your Saturday, but then temperatures are staying mild. Lots of clouds in this very Midwestern forecast, but we could be close to 40 by the time you get you towards Tuesday. There'll be a chance for snow Tuesday night into Wednesday.
Lots of clouds. All right, Chris, thank you. The impeachment trial of President Trump is continuing in Washington, D.C. as House managers wrap up their opening arguments. Let's head to the nation's capital. We join CBS News special report coverage already in progress.
President's